now, because this fryer really is something wonderful. You know, Wolfgang Puck has been in the restaurant business for, gosh, years and years and years. He's got restaurants literally all over the world. This fryer is modeled after a restaurant fryer. Here's why. Oil. Let's go right to it. The oil is the most expensive part of frying the foods. But one of the challenges is that when we're frying foods, it makes our house smell like whatever we fried, right? That's one thing. The other thing is that the oil can be not only expensive, but we usually throw it away or toss it. So Wolfgang has modeled this fryer with an automatic oil drain system, so that after you have fried your foods, you literally are going to push a button. It will automatically is the key word here, drain the oil for you into a container that's housed at the bottom of this fryer, which will then give you the ability to reuse that expensive oil over and over and over and over. Hands down, you've made this a customer pick. We are offering it today $60 off. Wow. Shh, don't tell Wolfgang. He's gonna be here in a couple of weeks. We have free shipping and handling. It's $20 to get this at home on 6 FlexPay, and this is the only show that you can get the 6 FlexPays. We have your choice of red or black. You can fry a little over 2.5 pounds, which is a lot of French fries, at one time. And I saw some large pieces of fried chicken. I'm a Southerner, I'm from Miami. If you consider Miami Southern, Miami is pretty metropolitan.
You're Southern, through and through.
Yeah. But we don't eat fried foods all the time. But when we do, you need to be able to sear those foods like the fryers that you see in the restaurants.
And there's temperatures that are associated with every different kind of foods that's fried. And when you fry at the correct temperature, wonderful things happen. The crispiness that we love happens. The flavors are great, but the least amount of fat is actually absorbed. Interesting fact, Marla, when we do our average show here with Wolfgang, we know how much oil to fill in. We fill it to the max line. We know exactly how much it is. When we're done frying and we measure the oil, you know how many tablespoons of oil are missing after an hour of frying? 2.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not kidding. So think about it. If you're craving French fries, but you're like me and you struggle with your weight, so what do?
Yes.
You get the baked potato.
Yes.
And then you take a bite, and then you get grumpy because it's so dry, so you add 1 pat of butter. And then it's still dry, so what do? You
another
add,
one.
or some sour cream. You know what? Now, whoops, we lost a wing.
Here, I'll get one. I'll get it for you.
Thank you. So now, think about it. You already have more fat calories that you added to that baked potato than the French fries, and the French fries are what you wanted anyway. So when you fry at the correct temperature, the least amount of oil is absorbed, it's better for you. In the restaurant, we don't allow frying in a pot on the stove because it's dangerous. If it's dangerous in the restaurant, it's dangerous for you at home. This is the professional way to do it.
Yeah, and here's the other thing, which is a wonderful point that you've made, is when you take, for example, French fries like you're doing, out of the freezer. They've been in the freezer, for goodness sakes. They're cold, right? This gives you an opportunity to be able to hold that oil. So even if you're just frying in a regular, let's say 14-inch fry pan, what happens is when you submerge those cold foods in that hot oil, sometimes if you don't have a professional like fryer, you lower the temperature of that oil, and then your French fries or whatever it is you're cooking ends up very soggy.
Yes.
A lot of people talk about they get like a little bit of a stomachache because the foods were so oily. You need to have almost like a professional like temperature gauge, and we're gonna show you the heating element on this side.
I think we need to.
So that it allows, even when you submerge those cold foods, for that temperature to maintain. So this is what it looks like. Now, it is not the smallest fryer in the world. It's the perfect size for those of you that have fishermen in your family or that want to do, you know, large pieces of chicken. Because I see here you probably have, what, 6 pieces of
Enough
chicken?
for the family, yeah.
Yeah, so
the whole bird.
For family style cooking, but that's what people want. If you're gonna buy a fryer, buy a really, really, really good one. We were talking about that heating element. We're gonna show that to you really quickly. Yeah, we're gonna just kind of take this out if we can.
And it's really important because in the bottom of the fryer is a really big heating element. It's a coil that goes all the way around the perimeter and then back into the center. That's important because this thing has a thermostat that's like a brain. And when you drop a whole basket full of some kind of cold food in there, and that temperature, which was at say 375, suddenly starts to plummet because you added so much cold food, this guy kicks on and heats that oil back up in just a few seconds.
Yes.
That's what's important, because then you're maintaining that temperature, and that's how you get the most crispy food with the least amount of absorption. So let's say you enjoyed the perfect French fries, the perfect wings or fried chicken, and now it's time to clean up the kitchen. All you're going to do, and here's where Wolfgang is a genius, because this is how the restaurant does it. Dealing with dirty oil after you've been done frying is no fun. And it makes you say, oh, that's, that wasn't so great to clean. But this is what Wolfgang did so that you don't have to worry about that. When you're done frying, you're gonna come right here and you're gonna press the button that says oil drain. It's gonna not do anything right away because it has to wait for the temperature to drop. Once it's cool enough, see, look, the oil drain right here. So you're done frying, you press this button. When the oil cools, it's going to filter it, and this is where the magic happens. Follow me right here. See this drawer right here? When you pull it out in the morning, once the oil's cool and it filters through a triple filtration, it's going to come into this storage container. It filters through the screen here, and it's stored in this guy. So you can either keep it in the fryer, you can, to wait till the next time you use it, you can put it in the refrigerator, and all you're going to do to use that oil is open up this little port right here, pour it back into the fryer and fry again. The oil's expensive, and what makes it break down and what makes it not great, like you talked about a tummy ache, is when restaurants don't filter it or they don't clean it enough.
And you can tell, can't you?
You can.
And isn't that the worst? Like you go and you buy food and you can tell that the oil is old or it's burnt. And I am not allergic to seafood at all, but I have friends that when I go out with them, sometimes they worry if they're mixing,
Yes.
if there's any seafood that's been mixed because they're allergic to some seafoods. I love that this allows you to also the freedom to use the types of oils that you like to use. So here's what's exciting about this. If you are gonna eat fried foods, and most of us do on occasion, right? Fried foods are delicious.
Yes.
They are so good. So here's an opportunity for you to be able to get, really, I would say arguably is our most popular fryer here at the network. As far as size goes, remember, it can hold a nice portion of food, a little over 2.5 pounds of French fries, if that gives you an idea. You've got a large basket. Look at Marian, just removed that one, but it's
if you have something really big, you take the basket out.
Yeah, and you can take the basket out, but you can see the size of the basket. We give you some recipes along with it, along with the manual. But Marian has put together a beautiful fryer cookbook that